Morning to you, and it must be a very special day for you.
Good morning. It is indeed. It's yesterday was kind of not quite sure what we were waking up to, and then as the day progressed, the news that was coming through just got better and better. And then today, to see those photos this morning are just amazing, just so fulfilling and so beautiful to see.
Yeah, and it's a story, isn't it, that we've all followed so closely for so many years now. Obviously, it inspired you with the screenplay. Just tell us a little bit about why you decided to make a play about the story.
So I think, actually, I didn't hear about the story until December of 2016. And I think it was the fact that I hadn't heard about what Nazanin was going through until December that kind of shocked me. And the more I read and the more I looked into it, the more awful the story was, the awful the situation was. So I contacted Richard and said, look, I want to help. And something that I believe quite strongly is that theatre and, film and TV can reach people on a very different level to just kind of reading it in the newspaper. And I said, I want to be able to share your story and reach as many people as possible on that deeper level and connect to them and actually share her story with them at a deeper meaning. And he said afterwards, he was just kind of saying yes to whatever he could at that point, and it's kind of snowballed into a much bigger thing than I thought it could possibly be. We were invited to perform at the Houses of Parliament in 2018, which was an amazing experience to be able to share with MPs the play, and it's just to finally be able to write an ending to this story is just absolutely amazing.
There has been some criticism of some of the politicians in their handling. There's been several foreign secretaries involved in it. Of course, famously, Boris Johnson was accused of being a bit undiplomatic in his language. Jeremy Hunt, Dominic Raab both failed to secure her freedom. Which MPs did you perform to?
So Jeremy Hunt actually came to see a performance at the Barbican and made a very large point of coming to see that. For the Houses of Parliament, there were arranged Jeremy Hunt, Tulip Sadiq, who has just been absolutely amazing throughout this entire thing. And she was the one who helped kind of organise the Houses of Parliament performance. I'm the rest of them, it was just a range of whoever was available at the time to come and see the performance. But it was really, really inspiring to be able to perform to them.
And ultimately very, very effective. Emi, yet on that plane, 61-year-old Anousheh Assouri, how come we never heard about his story? Or what I'm really saying to you is, what was it about Nazanin's story that gripped you and brought her to public attention?
I think one of the main points was the fact that Gabriella was involved, that Nazanin had travelled with her baby daughter to go and see her parents and just almost show her parents her baby daughter, that proud thing you have where you want to share with your parents, and they'd just gone on a family holiday. And the baby daughter had been taken away from Nazanin, and then Nazanin had, for the first few weeks, had disappeared. We didn't know where she was. And then the baby daughter was kept there, and Richard wasn't able to have his daughter back. Gabriella only came back, I believe it was 2021. Before then, Richard hadn't been able to see her, hadn't spent time with her, and she finally got to meet her father. And now they finally get to be a family again. I think that was a huge part of what really connected just kind of general people to this story, because it was a family. That was the main point. They ripped a family apart quite literally, and they've done that with all the other cases as well. But I think because there was a baby daughter involved physically there, with the guards pulling her out of her mother's arms, it was just atrocious. And then Richard, one of the other things was incredibly public from day one. He was very strong with, I'm going to shed as much light as I can on this, whereas other families had been a little bit more hesitant.
Emi, they've got to